What's going on, everybody? Today, what I'm going to be talking about is the video, the massacre footage that I saw. First things first, trigger warning. I, I'm not going to go into extreme detail, but I am going to be giving detail as to what I saw. Um, the footage that we were able to watch was not just the GoPro footage from Hamas. We were also able to see footage from CCTV, from dash cam footage, as well as like house security footage, like ring cams and stuff like that. Um, to start, what I will say is everything that you heard, right, happened. All of that shit is true. Um, like all of it. Another thing that I want to say before I start to discuss the details is anyone who watches this, if you feel inclined to dispute what I'm saying, I'm not even going to give it life. If I see it, I'm just going to delete it and I'm going to block you. Period. I'm not arguing about this. Period. I guess that's pretty much it. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I was dreading watching the video, right? But I felt that I was prepared because I'd gotten a lot of stuff sent to me. I had gone down rabbit holes and I'd seen a bunch of things. Um, However, a lot of the footage that I saw was the extended versions, right? Uh, One of the things that I can absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, confirm is the beheadings. There were multiple people that were beheaded. There were children who were also beheaded. I saw the aftermath of the children. I saw the actual beheading of several individuals. So that happened. There's no question about whether or not that happened. I saw it. Um, the rapes. Fortunately, we were not forced to watch the actual acts, right? However, I can confirm with absolute certainty that rapes did occur. We were, unfortunately, allowed to see the aftermath of some of these victims. Seeing women literally like half on, half off of the bed with their bottoms down as far as their clothing and their private parts bloody, things inserted into them, things of that nature, as well as the aftermath of what we all saw with the young lady that was being forced into the Jeep. This is not a menstrual cycle. This is the result, the direct result of rape. There were also mutilations. As far as, aside from the beheadings, there were other extremities, I'll just say that were chopped off of people. One of, I mean, it was all absolutely fucking heartbreaking. One of the things that really stuck with me was there was a father and two kids. They were in the house. You can tell that it's early in the morning. They literally have on no shirts. They're in their underwear, probably getting ready to eat breakfast. They hear the alarms and they run out of the house into, I would imagine, what would have been considered their safe space. They go into their shelter, and then you see these two individuals come up, and they have a flash grenade. And the only reason that I know that it was a flash grenade is because they tossed it into the area where the father and the two sons were, and you see a bang. But I know that it was not an actual grenade because the two little boys actually ran out of the room. And one of the individuals held both of the boys as the other individual went into the area and shot their father. They did not see their father being murdered, but they heard the shots, and then they were allowed to go back into the house, where you see them crying. Heartbreaking is not a strong enough term for the emotion that you feel when you see these two boys. And in addition to that, one of the boys, because of the flashbang, ended up losing an eye. Sometime later, and again, this is from their home security footage. Sometime later, they show a woman, obviously the children's mother, the wife of the man who was murdered. They show her coming back with some special forces guys, some Israeli special forces guys. They were at that point clearing all of the crime scenes, and there's no audio on that part of the video. You hear the boys crying because, like, in the house there's audio, but in the yard there isn't any. And when she goes around that corner and sees her husband, the way that she drops, the fact that these people recorded this shit themselves and uploaded it says a lot. The fact that there are people who saw what Hamas uploaded and still deny it is unfathomable. Like, if you just hate Israelis or hate Jews or you condone that shit, just say that. But to deny that, anyway. Some of the other things that we saw were a lot of shootings, a lot of random shootings. People, and again, this is footage that is available, but it's the aftermath, because, like I said, a lot of this is extended. So there's a couple of times where there are cars driving down the street and you see these guys shooting at the car, and obviously the car is going to stop. And there's one part where they drag people out of the car. They actually beheaded one of those people. They would shoot them multiple times, I guess, to ensure that they were dead, take the vehicles and shit like that. Another very disturbing thing, I mean, obviously it's all extremely disturbing, but one of the things that really stuck with me as well is the footage of the terrorist bringing the hostages back through Gaza, right? And seeing what the Palestinian people, the population, right? The normal people in the streets, seeing how they reacted and what they did, right? And again, there's footage of this, but we were watching like extended footage and multiple clips. And that really struck me because uh, one of the things that I like to tell myself, right, is that there are innocent Palestinians, that not all of them are down with Hamas. Not all of them are in support of this. There are a lot of people who are terrorized and victimized by Hamas in Palestine. And then you see this footage, and you see them kicking and stomping and punching and spitting, and you see them taking knives so that they can cut off an ear and keep it as a souvenir. And this is shit that back in the days in America, white people did during the lynchings. You understand? Like they would hang a motherfucker from a tree, and after he was dead, they would gut him and then take body parts as souvenirs. This is the shit that these people in Gaza were doing. Full stop. How the fuck am I supposed to justify in my head that these people are innocent when on a random fucking Saturday some motherfuckers can come through your neighborhood with a fucking jeep of people and this is how you react? That is wild fucking behavior. So for me personally, I believe that there are people there who are in fear and who do not support the bullshit that's going on. I just feel now that the numbers in my head, and I don't know this to be true, and I said this before, but in my head, it was 70-30. 70% of the people was just living in fear and trying to get by, and only 30% was with the bullshit. For me now, those numbers have switched, if I'm being honest. I still believe that there are innocent people. Obviously, all of the children are innocent. But seeing what I saw, I find it personally hard to believe that the majority of those people are not with that bullshit. And I hope that I'm wrong. I would love to own being wrong on that. I don't fucking, in my opinion, that is what it is. Because there's no way any civilized group of people in a normal neighborhood is going to see somebody bring a jeep full of people or a carload of people and just have at them. That is fucking crazy. They're again, I don't believe it to be all of them, but I don't believe it to be as many innocent people as I once did, right? For example, in the streets, fucking with the hostages, when you look at the footage, it is mostly men. I honestly don't recall, I'm trying to remember, I don't recall seeing any women running after the trucks or throwing punches or pulling out a knife trying to hack off a body part or anything like that. However, I believe that those women support their men. I believe that a motherfucker that came home with a body part of a hostage, I don't believe that his wife was like, what the fuck are you doing? Get that shit the fuck out of my house. I believe that she was like, oh, that's dope. How can should we pickle it? Or like, how do we preserve it so that we can show people? That is honestly how I believe that they fucking reacted to that kind of shit over there. The shit that kind of bugs me out with in seeing the shit that I saw is the excitement, right? The joy on these people's faces as they are murdering innocent civilians, saying that their God is the greatest as they cut the head off of a human being. These people are screaming Allahu Akbar after committing a rape, after sexually violating women and children and men, which I didn't see any, by the way, any footage or any evidence of that. However, based on everything that I saw, there's no doubt in my mind that men were sexually abused as well. And I am sure, as far as the insertion of foreign objects into private parts, there were plenty of men who were victims. What is even crazier is that these fucks were indiscriminately killing people. They didn't just target Israeli civilians. We know that they killed the African boy who was a fucking gardener. Like, the man was out there learning how to fucking grow fruits and vegetables, and they fucking murdered him. The Asian people that was out there, they murdered Arab Muslims, bro. These motherfuckers do not care about any fucking thing except the obliteration of Israel and Jews, period. And like I said, the joy that these people had as they are committing these acts showed me everything that I needed to know. We all heard that phone call of that one dude calling his mom and dad, bragging about fucking murdering over 10 Jews with his bare hands. That's what he said. These people are beyond savages. These people are beyond subhuman. I do not have the words in my vocabulary to describe these people. And I hate even calling them people. Full stop. Anyway, I can't even really like talk too much more about this shit. Bottom line, everything that we heard happened. Anybody who denies that, fuck you, suck a dick. Suck several dirty dicks, as a matter of fact. Fuck you. You're vile, disgusting. I have zero respect for you. If I ever see you in the street, it'll be the same fucking energy, and you already know I say everything with my fucking chest. So fuck you, eat several dirty dicks. To anybody who is a fucking denier of what happened on October fucking 7th. There was already, obviously, a battery in my back, right? Because of the shit that I was seeing in the world. After seeing the footage that I saw, right? Not only is that fire within me turned up that much more, but now the fire for anybody who is willing to deny or justify any of that bullshit, like I will do every single thing that I can to A, combat that bullshit, and to be as disrespectful as I possibly can to anybody who denies any of this shit. And I sincerely hope, broken arm and all, I sincerely hope somebody see me and want to say something, because my fucking left hand is still unfucking real. I promise you that. I promise you that. And again, this is not no threat to violence, but motherfuckers be on that kind of energy. I'm just letting it be known I'm on that type of time, especially when it comes to this kind of shit right here, because I'm not even gonna lie, like I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. This shit, I'm just gonna end it here. Everything that we think happened, everything that we suspect happened, everything that we saw happen, I don't know how this ends. What I do know is that these people have to be eradicated. They cannot be arrested. They have to be murdered. They have to be, examples have to be fucking made. And I understand that Hamas, while it is a group of people, it is more an ideology. The reality is, anytime that ideology pop up, the whole fucking planet need to fucking squash that shit like the fucking bug that it is. Because we see how they operate. They did what they did because they could get away with it in Israel. But don't think for a second that these motherfuckers is not plotting on how they could move that shit to other areas. And it's gonna fucking hit the fucking West. And when it does, all of these motherfuckers that's marching and protesting and all of this bullshit, I don't even care about them. I will gladly hand them all over to all of those Hamas hoes. They can have them all. They are irredeemable, period. And like I said, I'm no longer arguing and debating the facts of October 7th. I saw it. Official UN footage. Like we had to sign a waiver to view the shit that we saw. They took our phone. Like, it wasn't just on some, okay, we need everybody to turn your phones off. No, they had a bag that they put our phones in. No access to no phones, period. And you got to sign off. So I know what I saw was authentic footage. I know what I saw was not just the Hamas GoPro footage. It was CCTV. It was dash cam footage. It was home surveillance footage. None of this shit is fucking made up. And the reason that there's so little video and so few pictures that were not released by Hamas, the reason for that is because these people actually have respect for their dead. They don't deem it necessary. In fact, they view it disrespectful to parade the evidence that people are wanting to see. So as far as the rapes and shit like that, we're never going to see that fucking footage. Because these people, the Israeli government, they have respect for their dead. Unlike the Palestinians, who encourage death, who welcome death, who don't mind seeing innocent people slaughtered. Why? Because it's going to bring them closer to their fucked up version or belief of God. And they get fucking virgins. Like, this is the idiocy that we have to fucking combat. And I'm here for it. Anything, everything that I can do to A, let people know I saw it, this shit is real, and B, to combat not just the anti-Semitism, but all of the fucking racism, all of the jihadi bullshit that these motherfuckers is trying to get into. We need to all band together and combat that, and I am here for that, period. So, I hope this is like coherent. I'm not doing this again. I'm gonna put it out there. It's gonna be free for everybody, anybody that wants to see it. Obviously, it's not gonna be on IG. I may take a clip or something, just to let everybody know that it's there, or that this is here or whatever. But I'm at a loss. Like there's so many images in my head, right, that I wouldn't even bother putting out there. But like I keep seeing all of this shit, so that's why like I kind of like pause or whatever. So I'm gonna go and smoke something and try to get my head right and